I want to take this opportunity to welcome you to the 54th Annual Washington State Society Potlatch. I regret that I'm unable to join you in person. I have attended several potlatch celebrations in my time in Congress, and I appreciate all the hard work that the volunteers and the generosity of the sponsors for making potlatch possible. But by now I hope you are enjoying many of the fine products Washington State has to offer. Most, I might add, coming from the 4th District, including beef and vegetables such as potatoes and asparagus, and let's not forget the wine and beer. I'm proud to represent Central Washington wine country, which continues to grow in both quantity and prominence, and the source of 78% of the hops that supply brewers, both large and small, across the nation for our beer drinkers. When I was first elected in 1994, there were nearly 80 wineries in the state, and it was rare to find a wine from Washington State in Washington, D.C. Today there are over 800 wineries in the state. It is now common to find Washington State wine throughout the country as more and more people recognize the high quality of Washington wines. In addition to enjoying Washington State Fair, Potlatch is about bringing people rooted in Washington State together. While we may not be able to agree on politics or which college sports teams we support, everyone can agree that Washington State is a very diverse and special state, rich in recreational opportunities, agriculture, manufacturing, and home to some of the largest and best companies in the country, such as Boeing, Microsoft, Starbucks, Amazon, and Weyerhaeuser. I am proud that the Washington delegation members from both sides of the aisle and both sides of the Capitol routinely come together to work on so many issues vital to our state, such as extending the state and local sales tax deduction, protecting Northwest ratepayers, expanding trade opportunities, ensuring that future generations can enjoy our treasured resources of special importance to my district, cleaning up the waste at Hanford. I very much enjoy working with the current members of our delegation on both sides of the aisle, and those that I have served in the past, including Slade Gordon, Norm Dix, Randy Tate, George Nethercutt, Brian Baird, Linda Smith, Rick White, Governor Inslee, and the late Jack Metcalf and Jennifer Dunn, who we'll always fondly remember. I want to thank the Washington State Society for recognizing my service in Congress. I am truly humbled that for nearly 2 decades, those who call Central Washington home have placed their trust in me to represent them in Congress. My work is not yet done, and for the next 6 months I look forward to continuing to work to improve for solutions to improve our local communities and our nation. Almost every weekend for the past 20 years, I have gotten on a plane after votes and traveled more than 2,600 miles from here to the real Washington. There are no direct flights. In the early days, I had a middle seat in the back of the plane more times than I care to remember. And the tight connections, travel delays, time changes, and cancellations made the trips back and forth, shall we say, memorable. My colleagues often ask why I travel so much, and I always tell them the same thing. My home is not in Washington, D.C. It is in Pasco, and I need to mow my lawn. So I'm looking forward to spending more time in God's country next year. Thank you again, and I'll let you get back to enjoying your Washington State wine.